Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I had to hit the recording has like a delay, so I hit the button and I
Okay.
had to wait to see it start.
So we're live right now
Well, I mean, I'm just
on the
recording
Dapper
locally, so I'll
on the Dapper Gaming channel.
probably just cut all of this part out.
Don't do
Probably
that.
not. I'm way too
You have to
lazy. I'm
you
just
have
gonna
to
cut
leave
out the 5 seconds before where there was no sound. But other than that, this is all there.
like you don't edit these.
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I balance the audio and like do some like mastering on the audio, but that's about it.
Yep.
And then I and then I render it. Every once in a while, I have to cut stuff because someone has to go answer a phone or something. Yep, editing.
Yeah. That sounds so hard.
Yeah, it's real hard. It takes me about 30 minutes.
I can't even imagine.
Yep. The render takes a really long time, though, actually.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's like
'Cause
usually like 2 hours.
Like 45 minutes. I have a really good GPU.
Ah,
That's what you need. That would fix all your rendering issues. It would take no
I
time
don't
at
have
all.
rendering. I don't have rendering issues. I have uploading issues. I can render fast. I just can't upload. When you have
Weak.
an upload of like 0.2 megabytes per second,
Ow. I have
Yeah.
5.
exactly. I have 0.2.
I used to upload videos that were like 14 gigs because I was just like, fuck it, render it at the highest bitrate.
Man, if I were to upload these streams, it would take me days.
Yeah. It takes me like an hour and a half to upload the
Like-
podcast. Podcast is like 6 gigs.
Like when I rendered out my Let's Plays, which were 20 minutes long, they were rendered at a bit rate of like 15 megabytes per second. It would take me 18 hours to upload said video.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Well then, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the 82nd episode of the Dapper Gaming Podcast. I'm your host Ryan. With me as always, Joe.
Hey,
How's it going, Joe?
it's going good. Very busy.
That's good to hear.
I'm a busy man.
Sounds better than the other week when busy was maybe not the thing that was going to be happening.
Oh yeah, a lot better. So much better. I can't believe it.
Congratulations on your Patreon actually working out.
Why, thank you. I am surprised it did.
You're
I was
living the
expecting
dream.
I was expecting like $20, and I ended up with 200.
Living the dream. $200 a month.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when are you moving out? When are you buying that mansion? When are you buying that notch style mansion in Beverly Hills?
I'm already working on it. Just filing the paperwork, you know.
Yeah, that's what you're doing with your uber successful Patreon.
Yep.
I'm thinking about doing another game, and like depending on how like the stream goes over on like I'm putting together a stream, right, to stream like making the next game that I'm working on with Christina, and depending on how popular that stream does, because we're hosting it on someone else's channel who is popular, maybe I'll look into like starting a Patreon so that Christina and I can like focus more time into making games
Hell yeah.
rather than me like going out and doing landscaping so I can get gas.
I can't see you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
my Skype's... Whatever.
No,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
me. My camera's frozen in Skype, but not export.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is that stupid. I have 2 of the exact same webcam, and so like the driver doesn't know how to control it right anymore after some update to Skype and XSplit, and it's managed to like break it. It's pretty rad. It's pretty great.
Sounds rad.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I buy a different webcam. Then I have 2 webcam drivers. Problem solved, right? But no, it's not you, it's me.
Okay.
For once.
So we have plenty of news to talk about this week.
Yeah, because we did that podcast with Game Dave like 2 weeks ago, and then Nintendo's just like, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get to that, what video games have you been playing? I've seen you've been playing some Mario Party 10. Is it any good?
Yes.
Should I buy it?
Unless you have, if you don't have friends to play it with
I have
constantly,
friends. Not constantly, but I mean, I have friends.
it's definitely a fun party game. The Bowser Party is the best part about it, definitely. The actual like Mario Party part of it, still dumb. It's like Mario Party 9, but
Oh, that's the worst.
The problem with Mario Party 9 was that you didn't get enough mini games. Because but this game it seems to fix that where you get more mini games. Like there's sometimes you'll go through like a round of go through a rotation of all 4 people, and you'll do like 2 or 3 mini games sometimes. So it's nice in that aspect, but the fact that everyone's still stuck on one car is really dumb.
I hate that. That drives me nuts.
The Amiibo Party kind of makes up for
I can't hear you.
But
I lost whatever that was.
Yeah. Well, your camera's back.
Yeah. Oh man, my camera's frozen in XSplit though, and my audio went all crazy. All right. Well, I can hear you now.
Alrighty. Well, that was weird. But yeah, the Amiibo kind of because everyone's separate, but all of the boards are just like a square, and like there's a couple like mini bonus things, and you have to pay for stars like in the original one, but it's just like a tiny square, so it's not too exciting. But the mini games are great. They're some of the best in a while, and Bowser Party is definitely the best part of it. That's about it. Besides that, I've been playing a ton of. Basically, I've been playing 2 games a lot, on and off. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, I've gotten back into. I'm playing that a lot. And Titanfall. I've been playing those 2 games a lot. I'm really enjoying them. And I also played a little bit of Super Mario 3D World. I've already beaten the game, but I was playing it again, and
I'm still yet to finish that game.
The game's great,
and I think the year it came out, I put it as my #1 game of the year. I didn't finish it because I got to like the really hard after that first fake ending worlds, and those are like legitimately challenging. Like that.
Yeah,
that's some hard ass platforming.
And then you have to go all the way through again and get all of the stars, stamps, and top of the flag posts to unlock even the level above that.
Yeah, and that's the one that I'm stuck on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't get stuck on it. It was just I'm gonna play Monster Hunter.
The final level in the game it's brutal, not easy. It is one of the hardest platforming levels I've played in a long time. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that just again for a second playthrough of it, and then I also started Uncharted 2 because I beat the first one and I finally bought a copy of 2. I owned 1 and 3, and I didn't want to play 3 without playing 2, so I finally bought 2, and I'm playing through that now. And I think that's about it that I've been playing recently. A lot of Mario Party. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I might pick up Mario Party 10 just because 2 of my friends who moved out to Alberta are coming back for a few weeks at the end of this month. And also I have this month off because it's exam period and I only have 1 final exam. So I don't I don't have lectures or anything. And so I'll have a ton of time. Plus all of my friends also don't have finals cuz we are all graduating. Well, I'm not, but everyone else is. I took 8 months off. I'm now 8 months behind. But they don't really have finals, so we're gonna hang out a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun game for sure. It's Mario Party. It's fun, and it's better than 9. I can say that for sure.
Yeah. Plus, I'm the guy who has the Wii U, and so when we play video games together, I'm it ends up being my house.
Yeah.
It ends up being on that couch directly behind me. But yeah, I might pick that up. Is that a full $60 game or is it?
Yes, I think it was their normal $59.99.
All right. So that's it for you, pretty much.
That I can think of. I've played Xenoverse a few times, but that's about it. Nothing else I can think of. Started Nino Kuni, but like I got through the first cutscene and that was about it. Don't start games at 5 a.m. expecting to get to get anywhere because you're gonna fall asleep while you're playing them.
Depends on the game. I made the
Hey,
mistake of starting to play Monster Hunter 4 this week because I bought a 3DS, a new
oh yeah,
3DS,
I can imagine how much Monster Hunter
and
4 you've been playing.
only Monster Hunter 4. Wow, almost. I picked up a couple other games. I felt obligated to buy a Pokemon game, so I bought a Pokemon game and played it for an hour. I might go back to it when I'm like not.
Tired of Monster Hunter 4?
Yeah, well, I mean,
See how long that takes.
I'm not in high rank yet, so I've been just playing Monster Hunter 4 basically. I get obsessive over Monster Hunter. I need to find someone to play some Monster Hunter 4 with though, so I can do the online and start getting through those quests as well.
Oh yeah.
But
I could just imagine you are the crazy Monster Hunter guy.
I love it so much. It's so good. And
Oh yeah.
they introduced 2 new weapons with Monster Hunter 4. And I haven't used the insect glaive, but I've been using the charge blade, which is like, so you have like this sword and shield, right? And then
Yeah.
when you charge up your sword, you gotta like have these like little markers in the top left hand corner, like underneath your health bar. And when you have that full, then okay, well, what happens is you use your sword and they go to like yellow and then they go to red. And when they're red, you can like hold right bumper and hit A, and you like stick your sword in your shield and like pops, and like it pops out and like these shells kind of come out of it, like shotgun shells almost. And that means that your like sword is charged, and then you can turn it into a giant axe, and like a two-handed massive axe. Like you put your shield on the end of your sword and it becomes a giant axe, and then you use the axe until your charge is broken down all the way to 0, and then you go back to sword and shield.
Oh my god.
And so it's a combination of sword and shield and a great sword. So it's pretty rad. Like you get to put up your like, because you can block right when you're using sword and shield, and then you can, when you like injure the monster that you're hunting and they like fall over, then you can switch to like the giant axe and start like beating the shit out of them because you know they're not going to attack you. It's pretty awesome.
That sounds awesome.
It's my favorite weapon actually. And I used to be like a long sword only kind of person, but sword and like charge blade is fucking wicked. Besides that, I'm forcing myself to learn how to use the switch axe because it's a lot like charge blade, but does even more damage. Like switch axe is a combination of the hammer, which is a giant two-handed weapon, and the great sword, which is also a giant two-handed weapon, and they both do like huge amounts of damage. So I'm forcing myself to learn how to use the switch axe, but it's hard to use the switch axe because you move really slowly and like you don't have really great combos. Like when you commit to a combo, you're stuck there for a while, and so like makes you really vulnerable to attacks. But
I've always been the dual wielding guy.
yeah, I never got really into the dual wielding. It's too short of range.
If I'm playing a game and I can dual wield, that's what I do. I don't know. I
You
just
can
find
dual
something
wield in Monster Hunter.
I know. That's what I'm a dual wielder in Monster Hunter 3.
How far did you get into 3U?
I killed a couple monsters. I haven't gotten too far though.
We should play some online. I
Yes,
just
we
need to
should.
find people to play some online with. We got to figure that out, especially now that like I'm not super busy with school. So
Yeah. Well, now I have to find time because I'm super busy.
yeah, that's
Two
always
videos,
how
two
it works.
videos a week. Plus, I'm starting the Let's Play channel back up. I don't have much time to do much anymore.
Do a let's play of Monster Hunter.
Damn straight, we could do a Let's Play Monster Hunter 3 together. There you
We
go.
could. There we go.
Because I bought an Elgato for $30.
That is a steal.
I was checking Kijiji for one because I was like, well, I'm saving up to get it, so I might as well check Kijiji. And I was like,
Found out you
okay,
didn't have to
there's.
save up.
And it was like, oh look, there's one for $100. So it was like, email this. So I emailed them, and they never got back to me. Still haven't gotten back to me. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then the next day, I like checked the Kijiji ad again just to like see if like they took it down or something, or they sold it already and just forgot to take it down. And then another one was up like that day exactly. It was like $30. Call this number, and it was like some pawn shop downtown. So I was like, you know what, this thing could totally not work, but I'm going to risk it. So I went down there, got it for $30, paid $5 for a warranty, and now I got an Elgato that works perfectly fine.
Wicked.
It's beautiful. It allows me to record. I needed it for the Mario Party 10 video too, so it worked out perfectly for me.
Yeah, I heard you complaining about file sizes, and I chuckled because that's nothing. You should see okay, the videos that I used to put up, like the reviews, the gameplay would be like 3.5 terabytes.
Oh my! What were you recording with? Fraps?
DX Tori.
Have no clue what that is.
It's kind of like Fraps, but even better and with less of a frame rate hit, or at least it used to be. Fraps is really good now. DX Tori is not working as well as it used to. But
Fraps
I used
file
to.
sizes are huge.
Yeah, well, this is like equivalent in size, but much better quality. I used to record 60 frames a second, 1080p, lossless. And I would record like the entire video game and then just like scroll through the whole thing and find all of the clips that I wanted.
I was recording 720p without converting the file at the best quality, and a 30-minute file chugged out at 4 gigabytes, and I tried to drag that into Adobe Premiere, and the fucking Adobe was like, nope, and it just crashed on me. I was like, well,
oh, that sounds like you don't have enough RAM in your laptop.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
How much do you have?
I don't even know how to check that. I think it's 4 gigabytes.
Oh yeah, no, that's not enough for video editing. You need 8.
Yeah, let's see what I got here. 6 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh.
5.48 usable.
Yeah, I don't know. I have 8.
But yeah, it's.
But when I drag I would put 400 gig files into Premiere, and I would just like wait 5 minutes and come back and would finally be finished processing. They're like, all right, I can edit this, and then you would make a transition, and you'd have to do like that preview render, like.
Oh yeah.
Or else it just wouldn't run. Like you couldn't use the preview window at all.
I don't know. I used to do like insane quality, like 1080p, but now since it takes forever to upload anything, I've dropped my quality down a lot, and I'm like, wow, because of how YouTube fucking uploads shit, I can't even notice the difference anyways. So it's like, unless someone's watching this at 1080p and like max and are really looking at the details, they're not really going to notice the difference between me rendering at 1080 and 720 and the difference in my like bit rate. Like it's not that. It's just the fine details pretty much at that point.
Yeah, like the colors become less vivid.
Yeah, and like I was looking at picture comparisons and stuff, and it's like Call of Duty, like if you look at the mini map, the fine details on the mini map are harder to see. They're more blurry, and then the colors look different. But other than that, most people aren't watching the video for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Try to get back up if you can.
Oh yeah.
If you get better internet.
No, I can't.
I know.
Which sucks.
I said if.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could.
But
yeah, I live in a shitty part of town. Not even town. City, shitty part of the city.
Anyways, the other video game I've been playing, I'm getting kind of back into MMOs. It's not Guild Wars 2. I kind of dropped Guild Wars 2 because the end game grind isn't very good.
I'm going to guess Elder Scrolls Online.
No, absolutely not. I played the beta for that, and it was unplayably bad. It was awful.
A shit ton of people have been getting back into that game. I guess it's a lot better
because you don't have a sub fee anymore.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people have been playing it recently because it's really good now or something.
I started playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, which has a sub fee. So I'm going to play it I bought it. Like, I played the 2-week trial, but you can only get up to level 20. So I got up to level 20 in like 2 days, and then I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll buy this because it was only $25 on Steam because the expansion comes out next month. And so I bought it, Now I'm up to like level 30. The level cap is 50, and basically I'm just gonna play for 30 days, and like if I like it, then I'll subscribe. If I don't like it, then I'll drop it. But so far I'm really enjoying it. I need to get into a free company, which is like a guild. So I've been looking into joining. I can't even remember the name of it, but it's the same one that like a bunch of people that are big on YouTube are in. Like they started. So this fucking server that I joined is like filled with people who are like, "Oh my god, Dodger's on the server. Go here." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I fucking hate all of you people. Like you're the worst human beings." Because I'm on Genova, and it turns out like I didn't realize this, but there's like at least 10 big YouTubers and like streamers who play on that fucking server. And so everywhere that I'm at, they're like, "Everyone go here. Like they're over here." And so maybe just to piss people off, I'll join the free company that they're all in. Not to like piss them off, but to piss off all of the people who are constantly trying to get in.
Oh yeah.
Just to be like, "Hey, I'm in the free company." What? But yeah, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. It's pretty good. I like that like you can switch to any class at any time because the classes are based on your weapon. So like whatever weapon you have equipped is your class. But like you have to level up each class independently. So like I'm like a level like 20 something archer and like a level 5 rogue. So
it's like that sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Like they have the Final Fantasy job system in it basically. I haven't really been playing a lot besides that. Like I'm just doing the dungeons and stuff in Final Fantasy, leveling up.
I recently bought Final Fantasy 11. I have no plans on playing it, but I bought it.
That sounds like some Steam sale at like behavior.
At my store, at the store that I used to work at, they have like buy 10 games and get one free. And then you get like a little stamp card thing.
Oh, I thought you meant like you had to go in and buy 10 games.
No, it was like every time you buy a game that's a certain amount of money, you get a stamp, and once you have 10 stamps, you can get a free game. So I had 10 stamps, and I was like, oh, why not? I'll get Final Fantasy 11 because I'm trying to fill up my PlayStation collection, so I need to get the Final Fantasy games. So I was like, well, I'll get it. I was like, should I get 10 or 11? I was like, I'm actually kind of interested in 11 since it's the first game that got rid of the random encounters. So and I played the demo for Final Fantasy 11 when it came out, and I had fun with the demo. So I don't know, maybe I'll play it at some point in time, but I have Ni no Kuni and a bunch of other stuff to get through first.
Yeah, I'm looking into getting some more 3DS games now that I own one. Xenoblade Chronicles comes out.
Oh
in
yes,
like a week or two for the new 3DS. You gotta have that new one though.
The only game so far.
Probably the only game ever. So with that comment, I'm gonna use it as a segue to the Nintendo NX, because that was a thing that was announced. Actually, no, we should talk about DNA first.
DNA?
Yeah, that the company that Nintendo partnered with to do mobile.
Okay, yes, their mobile market.
Yeah, it's spelled D, like capital D, lowercase e, capital N, capital A. And I know about them because I was talking to them about publishing a game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They don't republish, so it just kind of ended there. But they said, next project, bring it to us. And I was like, all right then. So the next game that I make, I'm going to go email them before I release it, so that maybe they'll give me money to advertise it. But like they're a huge Unity like based game engine mobile developer. Like they make mobile games, and they have like a bunch of like in-house extensions for Unity. And so one of the things that made them really popular, this is before Game Center and Google Play games, right? The Google Play game services, is that they made like the first kind of cross-platform like global leaderboard system for those games, like a back end for it, which meant that they ended up being really popular as a publisher because lots of people went to them to publish their games so that they could like use that system. and so they kind of like were one of the first people to do that. But also, I think they made a mobile game that's really big. I can't remember which one. It's like
Flappy Birds.
no, it's like a match 3 RPG. Kind of like in the same vein as like Puzzles and Dragons, but not Puzzles and Dragons. Actually, they're in Vancouver. I should go work for them.
Just walk over there.
Yeah, just like be like, hey,
all right,
let me. But anyways, they're gonna be making mobile games. Mobbage is the like mobile games platform thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
And oh, they made Goddess, like the mobile version of Goddess, that Peter Molyneux game. Oh, and they made Final Fantasy Record Keeper, which like just came out. I heard really good things about that, actually. It's like a Final Fantasy it's a mobile game on Final Fantasy where there's like these paintings, right? And things are corrupting the paintings, so you have to take a team of Final Fantasy characters in to the painting with you and like fight the thing that's in the painting. And you get like bonuses if you bring the characters from that Final Fantasy game into the painting with you. And so like you'll go to do fight, like it's basically you're just doing fights that are like notable fights from the Final Fantasy games. So like if you bring like Cloud into a Final Fantasy 7 fight, then like you get bonus points, like you get a buff. But I heard it's really good. Like all it is just fights over and over and over from like the Final Fantasy games, like no bullshit, and it's really fair in its monetization apparently. So
sweet.
Yeah. But anyways, Nintendo's going to be making, they said new properties. They didn't say like core properties. So like I guess we're not expecting to see like a Pokemon game on phones or like a Mario game, like a platformer.
Yeah.
But
new IPs basically.
I mean, it's things that like the shareholders for Nintendo have been pushing for the last few years. And if you go back, let me see if I can bring it up. But Iwata mobile quote. Anyways, like a few years ago, like Iwata like literally said, we will like never ever do mobile.
So much for that.
Yeah, like literally like 2 years ago. But anyways, sorry, I was trying to read something. Anyways, they're looking to make $25 million a month. That's what DNA thinks that they're going to make in revenue off of Nintendo doing mobile.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not even really against the idea of them doing mobile, because the way that they laid out the plans is that basically Nintendo's going to do development, like they're going to design the games and make them, and DNA is going to like help publish and help provide background knowledge.
Now, I'm really not against it because Nintendo's already put out 2 games that are basically games that could work on the phone, and their monetization of them are actually done fairly well.
Is that like Pokemon Shuffle for the 3DS,
the Pokemon Shuffle, and then the Puzzle Fighter Z and Puzzle Fighter Mario Edition? It seems like the monetization in those are done pretty well. You can still play the game without needing to pay to get more like gems or whatever that you need.
Yeah, like I don't think that they're going to do it badly. So
no, it's Nintendo.
They don't do anything badly.
They don't mess up too often.
And they had like the thing
unless it comes to 3-inch plastic figurines.
Yeah, maybe. But like the thing is about Nintendo is that they have the potential to like actually change the mobile space, because if you look at mobile games like right now, every company kind of that does well has one hit, but they never manage to like recreate that. Like like Supercell has Clash of Clans, and they've kind of managed to do the same thing with Boom Beach, but not quite. And then there's like Heroes Charge, and like everyone has a game on mobile, right? Whereas like Nintendo has the potential to have like the top 5 games in mobile, because they could just release like I don't know, like something with the Pokemon brand and something with the Mario brand and something
Clash
with
of
this
Clans
band.
Pokemon Edition and Mario platformer and
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not going to release Mario platformer, but they could do like a Mario like match 3 RPG, and like that would be the one that everyone plays.
yeah, exactly.
But
It's Nintendo.
yeah, like they have the IP, like they have
shit like
actual
this.
IPs that people care about, whereas no one else on mobile does. So they could just dominate the space.
Other than Square, but they've released a bunch of crap on mobile.
What does Square have that anyone actually like cares about besides Final Fantasy?
Nothing. That's pretty much it.
Like they have Deus Ex, but to be honest, I don't even like Deus Ex that much. Like I didn't like the new one as much as the old ones,
I just
because
mean
like they're
Square's.
hugely different in concept.
I just mean like Square's put out a bunch of Nintendo stuff, but it's all been. Or I mean, not they put out a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, but most of it's been crap.
Who even cares about Final Fantasy at this point? It's dumb. Like they, I mean,
Know, a
like
lot
the
of
new.
people
I mean the
seem to go
new.
crazy
I mean
about
the new
15.
ones. Like
Oh yeah.
the issue, like I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 because I like that game's mechanics, not because I like Final Fantasy. Like every one is a totally different world with new characters, and which is like perfect, like way to reset. But the issue is that like 13 was garbage in just the worst kind of ways.
And they made 2 more of them.
And then they made 2 more of them, and now
I heard Lightning
this
Returns
one.
was pretty good.
I heard the end was like, oh my god, I can't believe they fucking did this. Like, isn't
I
the
have
end
no
that
clue
it turns out that it's just fucking Earth? Like,
I don't know. I don't know about the ending. I just heard that the gameplay was actually pretty good.
there's like a huge fight, and like the world is recreated, and then it comes back and it shows lightning like on a train, like in normal ass like human world, with like it's our world, like it's obviously Earth, and it's just like, you motherfuckers, like I hate you, you're idiots, you're the worst.
P.S. Spoiler alert.
Nah, screw it. No one's gonna get to the end of Lightning Returns and be like, oh my god. Like it's been a couple of years at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nintendo doing mobile.
I'm okay with that.
So the thing that followed this up is that they also had to basically talk about codename NX, the Nintendo NX, which is
Their
a new piece of hardware.
NX'd hard drive. Hardware. I mean, their NX'd hardware.
Yes. I'm not sure what they're. So I have some ideas about what it is. Either like it's. I think the thing that people want the most, and it makes a lot of sense, is basically a platform that like brings their mobile space into the console world. Like something that integrates 3DS into the Wii U, so that you can just like play 3DS games on your Wii U, or some kind of new platform completely that is like a powerful handheld that plugs into your TV and like uses a like regular controller, so that you can like play these kind of like Wii U quality games, but like mobile, and then when you're home, like put it on like a docking station, kind of like how the Wii U has like for the gamepad has that like power dock, but this one plugs in your TV to do output, and then you like sit down with a controller and play the same game on your big ass TV. But I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. At least it's going to be a couple of years at least before like we know what it, or at least before this comes out, because they said like they're not going to talk about it until an E3 of next year, so not this E3 but the one after.
Yeah, so we'll be waiting for a while, and it's nothing that I'm too crazy about seeing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm excited is new Nintendo hardware. How can you not be
Yeah,
excited?
well, first off, it's like 3 years away. Second off, we won't get to hear anything for another like year and a couple months. So I'm just excited to hear about more games for the Wii U.
Well, I mean, they've already delayed
Yeah, they
Zelda.
delayed Zelda. I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed Star Fox, but
Well, they
E3
never
they'll
promised
probably
that Star Fox was coming out this year, did they?
yeah, they did.
Mm.
They stated that release order was going to be Splatoon, Star Fox, and then Zelda, or it was the other way around. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're like a month away from E3, so we'll
Yeah,
know whether or
well,
not Star Fox
yeah,
is being delayed by. Do they show it at E3? If they do, and they say they want to release it this year, then they'll give a date. So
yeah, definitely. Um, but we should be seeing some good stuff from Nintendo at this E3, I can imagine.
well, I mean,
Because
doesn't Splatoon come out before E3? Because E3 is
uh,
June, right?
yeah, Splatoon comes out in
May.
May. Yeah,
And then they have that Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover,
yeah,
and
there'll probably
that's
be
Wii U, right?
gameplay of that. Yep,
Is that this
yep.
year? Because they talked about that at the Nintendo Direct.
There was no date given from what
All
I can
right,
see. But yeah, it's May 29th. Splatoon comes out.
gonna have to play some Splatoon.
Man, I want Splatoon to come out tomorrow.
I like
So
the
I can get
visual
it.
style.
I like everything about that game. When that game was first announced, I was like, "Oh, great! This looks stupid." But after I've seen more gameplay and like watched the mechanics and
Well,
seen
when
the
they
single
announced
player,
it, like they showed so much of that because they did that the Treehouse live stream right from E3, and
yeah,
they did like hours and hours of Splatoon.
yeah. But
Because like any time that they like didn't have a thing with like Iwata or someone showing something that wasn't on the floor, then it was like, okay, we're gonna go to the floor and start showing Splatoon. So
yeah, I can't wait for that game. That is definitely one of the games I'm most excited for this year.
yeah, Splatoon's gonna be neat. Anyways, I think the NX is going to be some kind of like a way to merge the handheld and console divisions of Nintendo. And it makes sense
Yeah,
because Nintendo's already talked about like reducing its teams to work on single hardware. So and like starting to move away from having split divisions.
mm-hmm.
So like that's what they talked about last year was about merging their hardware teams and merging their software teams so that they weren't doing like handheld and consoles. So it would make sense for them to release a hybrid platform that is both.
Yeah. I'm I am interested to see what it is, but it's nothing that I'm like crazy about right now. Like I can't wait. They need to show it now.
All right. So I guess there's what one last big piece of well, what else was in the Nintendo Direct? They have new Smash Bros characters coming.
Yep. Lucas was announced. They showed off more Mewtwo. We got a ton of more amiibo stuff. Yoshi's Woolly World amiibos that are so freaking adorable. I want them, but I'm not gonna get them. But they're so adorable.
The other thing that you're missing about the Smash Bros was that they're taking like votes
Yes,
for
I already voted. Have you voted?
no. Who did you
No.
vote for?
I voted for K. Rool
Hmm.
from Donkey Kong. A lot of people are voting for Bayonet and Wonder Red,
I would vote Bayonetta.
and
I've seen
Shovel
strong
Knight
arguments for Shovel Knight. That's what I was gonna
Shovel
say.
Knight is another one that a lot of people are voting for.
Actually, I know who I'm voting for.
I'm surprised I haven't seen more Ridley votes.
Waluigi, because
I've seen a couple of those.
Waluigi is number one.
I've seen some votes for him.
Did you? Okay? Do you ever listen to the Giant Bombcast or like go on Giant Bomb at all?
No.
All right, so they had a new hire this year from GameSpot. No, not GameSpot. Sorry, Game Informer. They hired Dan Reichert, and he loves wrestling, and he was at WrestleMania this year. And you maybe saw the bajillion pictures of him on the internet holding up a bright neon green sign that said Waluigi is number one.
I've not seen that.
Oh my god. He was like sitting in the spot for WrestleMania, which is like a 6-hour fucking long thing, where he was like on camera all the goddamn time because like he was sitting he was sitting to the side of the ring that is like opposite of where like
the cameras are set up.
Yeah, and well, opposite of where like the commentator's desk is. So like there's usually a lot of shots from that side pointing out.
Like he was behind the commentators?
No, he was on the opposite side of the ring from them.
The opposite side of the ring from them is the ramp and the entrance.
Oh no, sorry. He's on one of the sides. Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to come in from the entrance,
yeah,
it's
you're
to
right.
the left.
Yeah, he was on one of the sides so like from the ramp.
Yeah.
And so he had like a fucking Waluigi number one sign that he held up the whole damn time, and then another sign that was just a printout of his face. But Waluigi number one, like Waluigi at WrestleMania started to like trend on Twitter. Like he got it trending, and it was so fucking dumb.
That's hilarious.
But I think I have to vote Waluigi now because he's right. Waluigi is number one. Waluigi not in enough video games. There should be a Waluigi game. There's a Wario game. There's Luigi games. Why there are no Waluigi games?
Because he's dumb.
That's wrong, man. He's better than Wario. He's better than Luigi. He's better than Mario. He's number one.
Alrighty. Yeah, they showed off that Smash Bros stuff, and then more amiibos for the Smash Bros. Wave 5 they showed off.
New Fire Emblem.
Which was funny because I was just like, yo, I really want an Olimar amiibo, and then they announced it, and I was like, sweet, I'll be getting one of those.
Fire Emblem. New Fire Emblem for the 3DS.
That was something I'm not too interested in, but it looks cool.
Well, I like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, so. I know a lot of people who do, so.
And then they have cool. And then they had the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem for Wii U.
That'll be sweet. It looks good.
What else did they show?
Fatal Frame.
Oh yeah. Well, we already knew that was coming. They announced that already.
They announced it in Japan. This is the first time they announced it will be coming to America.
Yeah, well, I mean, knowing Nintendo, like, oh, we're publishing this game, like, it's obviously going to come out in America as well.
Yeah.
Like, the Wii U doesn't have enough third-party games. There's no way that they're not going to do it.
Yeah. What else? There was Splatoon amiibos.
Splatoon
and
amiibos.
They showed off
more exclusive one.
Yeah, they showed off more. They showed off more Splatoon game types that'll be playable.
Oh yeah, that thing has like an actual single player in it.
Yeah,
because like last week they dropped they let that embargo out with those YouTubers. Like I know Gerard did a video, like JK completes it, the completionist. Pro Jared, they did videos.
The single player's known for a while now. It's been months that they showed it off a while ago.
I didn't see the first time that they showed it off. I knew that it existed. I just didn't know.
They showed it off a while ago, and I was like, man, I really wish this game had single player. I was talking to someone, and they're like, it does. Like, just look it up. And I was like, oh. So I looked it up like months ago, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. I love how they're fighting octopuses. It's so good.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
I feel like there's something else in that direct that we were missing.
Who knows? A lot of Nintendo news, though.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like Nintendo.
Update to Codename Steam.
Oh,
That's one.
Nintendo last year, like they looked like they were poised to, like, take the holiday season and then didn't, which was super frustrating because it's just like you have so many good games and like you have a very affordable console. Like, why is it not doing better? And then this year, like, it looks to be the same thing. Like, they're launching all of these great games and they have all these killer apps, but like it's just gonna be the same thing. I was fucking talking to someone the other day. They didn't even know that Nintendo had a new console.
Wow.
We're like 3 years into the Wii U's lifespan, and people still don't know it exists. Like
I just remembered another announcement.
What was it?
200cc, brah.
Oh yeah, 200cc Mario
I
Kart 8.
I'm interested on how that's going to work. I'm wondering if the carts are just going to be a lot faster, or if
Well, I'd
and
expect them to be
or if
faster.
the AIs are going to have in like they're going to be faster. But I'm wondering if the AI is also going to have more rubber banding and it's going to be even better because the AI is already really good at 150cc. So
Well, I'm
I'm
assuming
having
they
trouble
would be
with.
better at driving because they have to be in order to like
Oh
actually
yeah,
drive at that speed. But
but I mean the rubber banding in 150cc is ridiculous. So I'm wondering how much better these AIs are going to be at 200cc level.
I don't know if they can rubber band harder because it's already pretty dumb how much they
Yeah,
rubber band. It's
it's like,
actually
hey,
frustrating as
I'm
shit.
I'm about to lap you. Oh, look, they're rubber banding me. Oh, wow, how's that even possible? Did they all get golden mushrooms in the last 10 seconds?
Yeah, fuck that. So
Yeah.
frustrating. But yeah. I mean that's whatever.
Plus, they showed off DLC Pack 2.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone knows what's in it because
Yeah.
you could buy it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Plus the Amiibo Pack 2, or not? Wow, the Amiibo cards. They finally showed those off.
Uh,
Yeah, with the Animal Crossing. So there's like a million Animal Crossing cards now, and I can imagine the next one's gonna be Pokemon because fucking kids will eat that up if they release it.
Yeah, they need
And
to
if
put
they don't, they're
amiibos into the
stupid.
Pokemon trading card game version of on 3DS.
Oh yes.
If they don't, then they're fucking idiots.
Yeah. If they don't realize, hey, if we make Pokemon amiibo cards, kids are going to buy these non fucking stop, then they're kind of retarded.
So what they should do, because if you buy real world booster packs, I think with then you can like open digital ones in the like digital versions of the Pokemon trading card game. What they should
Yeah.
do is make the cards in your real world booster packs amiibo cards that you scan in, and then like they would save into your game,
Yeah.
like into your deck. So like you just scan booster packs in one card at a time.
Boom. Billions of dollars. Nintendo's rich
Dude,
again.
I would fucking buy Pokemon cards if that was the case. Like, oh damn, I gotta go. Like, I'm really into digital card games because then you don't have to carry around the cards, right? And you
Yeah.
can play with anyone anywhere in the world. You just build a digital deck, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I mean, look at Hearthstone. Hearthstone is like hugely popular and it's monetized exactly like physical card games. It's just digital.
Yep.
Anyways, amiibos. So I guess there's one more piece of news left that we haven't talked about.
What's that?
Kojima is leaving Konami.
Oh, yes. There's also been the news that his production marker has been taken off of the Silent Hill website.
Yep, I saw that.
I'm really hoping he's still working on that
He
because if not,
probably isn't. It doesn't sound like him and Konami are getting along very well.
well, that sucks because that game was looking to actually be good, and now it's probably going to be crap.
So the only thing that I'm really taking away from this, that like, so I guess I'm excited that he's leaving Konami because he's not going to be making Metal Gear anymore, and that excites me. And I know that probably upsets some people, but I don't want to see him make more Metal Gear games
That's
because
probably
I
why
want
he
to see
left.
him make anything but Metal Gear at this point. Like
I
anything.
I, I feel like that's probably why he left. It's probably because Kojima was like, "Yeah, well, I'm done at 5. Like that's kind of where I want to end the story," and they're like, "No, no, you
Well, I
make
mean,
more."
the story obviously ended with 4, and at this point,
Yeah,
it's like everything that was could have been possibly left is this because they ended it at 3, and then 4 and 5 just fill in like their prequels to 3, right? And so
yeah,
like they fill in everything, and it's just like there's nothing left to talk about at all. Like there's just nothing. So
yeah. So they were probably like, "No, you're gonna make more," and Kojima was like, "No," and they were like, "All right, well then I guess you're gone."
Well, I
There's
mean,
probably
he
something.
probably left that company, not
Yeah, I
they
know. I
left,
mean, like it's
like
probably
kicked him out. But
probably something along those lines. Though I mean, like that was probably the issue. Was they wanted more Metal Gear and he didn't. So he'll be able to work on whatever he feels like now, which it's Kojima, so it'll probably be something cool, and his name will be on the front of it when you start up the game because that's how it works.
yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see like what he does.
Definitely.
I know some people have been talking like, oh, he should obviously go into film, but I think that is a not great idea. Well, I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't think that it would happen because who wants to back Kojima for making a movie is the thing. Like he's made video games that have made millions of dollars. Like he won't have an issue going to a publisher and pitching them a game, but there's no way that like he can just go walk up to Universal and be like, "Hey, give me $300 million to make this weird movie." They'd be like, "No."
I'd find it funny if he went and co-produced a movie with Del Toro.
I don't know.
Co-directed. That
Maybe,
would be interesting.
I don't know if like what he does works in movies because although his games are really cinematic, like their storyline and everything else is like fucking silly as shit.
Oh
like
yeah.
They're so video gamey in like a not in a good and bad way. So
yeah.
I wouldn't want to watch a movie written by him. I think it would be too dumb. Anyways, speaking of movies, Konami's making a Metal Gear movie.
Yay!
Yeah, who wants to watch that?
Not me, since Kojima's not part of it. Like Metal Gear was Kojima. Like you can't have Metal Gear without Kojima. It doesn't work.
I don't know. You probably can. It's like there's enough Metal Gear games that like the storyline is completely written out. Like you know everything in the world. The world's built to a point where you could write anything into it. You know the mechanics because there's 5-6 Metal Gear games at this point.
It's not the same. It'd be like if Star Wars 7 was not directed or looked over by George Lucas. It is
good. He shouldn't look at them. I mean, we saw what he did with the prequels, with the prequelogy.
I like the prequels, so I don't.
Oh, you're the worst.
Why
do I even do this podcast with you?
I don't know.
You like number 1? No.
Yeah. I grew up.
You like the one with Jar Jar Binks? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see. I like a lot of things that people hate, especially when it comes to movies.
I'll accept it, but know that it's begrudgingly.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you have me on this podcast because you had no choice. I held a gun to your head, and you said okay.
Yeah, you kidnapped me.
And also because we have multiple differing opinions on things.
Yeah,
so it works.
That's why this works.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see Kojima do something else because I just don't want to see more Metal Gear from him. Like, it seems it's boring at this point because it's just like, you know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be Snake or some clone of Snake doing Metal Gear things, hiding in a fucking box, like choking people out and sneaking around. Like that's what Metal Gear is. And then there's gonna be some fucking crazy explosions and something to do with more clones and yeah, like that's Metal Gear. And I can't care at this point. Well, I mean, I care. Like, I'm gonna play the new Metal Gear because it's fucking Metal Gear, but it'd be neat to see him carry any of that into something else. Not the clone stuff, but the weird, like, unplug your controller. Not that that really works in this world, because we have wireless controllers at this point.
They kind of did it with Metal Gear Solid 4. I forget what it was. Mantis was like, let me read your memory card. And there's no memory card. Crap.
So dumb.
So he like makes you put your controller down instead, and it vibrates. Like, ooh.
I remember when fucking Kojima was talking about he wanted to make a game where if you died, the disc got destroyed,
Oh my god.
and like you just had to like buy it again, like just buy the game again.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that's like the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
People would do it though.
Like, I get the idea of losing your character and having to start over. Making me spend another $60 though is fucking ludicrous. It's also not like financially viable because it costs so much goddamn money to make the discs. Like at the time that he was pitching this, it was just like, wait a second. You want us to sell this? It's like you want us to make these discs and ship them out, and then we have to sell it for $60 and they get broken? Like no one's gonna buy a second disc unless we make them cheap enough. But the discs cost too much money to make them cheap.
Yep. Just go grab some from the dollar store. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's put the games on those.
Anyways, let's wrap this up.
Okay. Wrap it like a wrap.
Unless you have any news that you want to talk about. You remember anything?
No, not really. Nothing other than the Nintendo.
Yeah, that's the thing in everyone's mind because it's so new.
Buy Splatoon. There we go. That's my news. Tell people to buy
Buy
Splatoon.
Monster Hunter. We
That
need more
too.
Monster Hunters.
You know, just buy a Wii U and
Yeah.
the new 3DS. Just buy Nintendo products.
Wow. I don't know.
Okay, Nintendo, sponsor us now.
Yeah, give us that Nintendo money. I'm waiting to hear back from Nintendo. I applied for a developer license. Just
Oh, yeah?
not heard anything. Yeah. It takes like a month apparently. So that's exciting. Hopefully I hear back and get a dev kit, do some stuff.
I want to.
But once I hear back, like I can't. Like you go under NDA, and so it'll just be like I heard back, and then like that's it. Like I won't be able to say anything. But
I wish I could be part of the Nintendo program where they send you the games for free and you get to review them without having to deal with their actual partner program.
oh, that's like what like Smosh and stuff is in, right?
Yeah, well, you know, Gerard and
Yeah.
Nintendo Fan for the Win are part of it. So
Neato.
that'd be cool. So this means I have to buy Nintendo products. I'm getting Splatoon for sure. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm getting Splatoon.
All right, we'll play some Splatoon when you get it.
You have to get Splatoon so we can play it together, and then I can dominate you MLG style. And then Splatoon will be part of MLG, and I'll be MLG Pro Splatoon player.
Yeah. Is there going to be a Mountain Dew tie-in brand deal?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you get double XP if you buy purple Mountain Dew. Oh,
Yeah,
Halo
that'll be-
5. They gave a
Yeah.
date for that, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And there's a lot of weird stuff going on with it. Bungie, not Bungie, but Halo in general likes to throw out these weird, convoluted, like weird things that people have to decipher to learn the backstory of it.
They kept
before
doing
the
these
game comes
fucking
out.
stupid countdowns, and then it was just for a trailer. I was like, you fucking assholes. Like, stop doing this. Like,
Those trailers were good though. It makes me
yeah,
interested
but
in the story for that.
it's so dumb to do the countdown bullshit. Like, we're counting down. What's this mysterious countdown to? And then it was like trailer. It was like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what that game's going to be like from those trailers because it's weird. It seems like there's going to be two stories that you can either like choose which one you play through or choose on decisions on how it ends. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I'm definitely going to have to steal my girlfriend's Xbox One and play it.
You know what I'm most hyped for?
What?
What flavor of Mountain Dew do we get this time? Who knows?
Buy a
Double
regular
XP
Mountain
weekend.
Dew.
How
The
many
new,
bottles of Mountain Dew do I have to buy to
New
reach?
Exo Zombies was announced too. DLC for that, but
Nah.
who cares?
Anyways,
Anyways, we're on about an hour, I guess.
Yeah, probably a little over, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching and or listening to the 82nd episode of the Dapper Gaming Podcast.
Man, what are we gonna do when we hit 100?
I don't know. It'll be a while now that we're bi-weekly and not weekly, but
Oh yeah, I forgot that we're bi-weekly.
yeah. But we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, and hopefully by a couple, I mean a couple and not 3 like this time. But
Yeah.
anyways, bye.
Bye.